Hey, what's going on? Let me holler at y'all real quick. Got some things on my mind I want to share. It might not sit well with people or a lot of people, but it is what it is. There's a lot of things going on in the world. There seems to be a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, a lot of violence, a lot of senseless killings. For what? I really don't know. I really can't say. A lot of it doesn't make sense. Try to make sense of it, and I just can't really seem to find the sense in it. But I know one thing that doesn't help, and that's these protests. These marches and protests that, every time one of these unfortunate situations happen, the first thing people want to do is rally at the most congested areas of their city and hold signs and protest against the violence, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the point is. But I know one thing. They've been marching and protesting since forever. And one thing that I noticed, it ain't never did shit. Nothing changes. The same things keep happening over and over. No matter how many times you protest, no matter how many signs you make, which seem to be the same signs. If you look on the news, and you watch all the videos of different cities protesting, and the signs look almost identical. It's almost like it's orchestrated, just one big made up thing. Because, like I've said before, if it's on TV, it's probably an act. I'm not saying that people aren't dying, but here lately, it's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. And listen, I know you probably think that you're doing something good by, participating in these protests or organizing these protests. I know that you feel like, you're doing something as a citizen of the US, or it's your duty to to do these things, but unless you're willing to meet them where they are, it's not going to change anything. Now, you probably like, what does that mean? Meet them where they are. Well, okay. Well, look at the level that they're willing to go to. If you're not prepared to kill or be killed, then you're not gonna change anything, because you're not meeting them at the level that they are. And let's face it, if you really felt that strong about it, you'd be prepared to die for it. If you're not prepared to die, then what does it really mean? Because that means you're gonna die for nothing. You're gonna absolutely die for nothing, because nothing will change. You will lose your life, and life will go on, and nothing will change. It's gonna continue to happen regardless. My advice would be, mind your business. Stop going down to these downtown cities where all the congestion is, mostly, because that's where all the sporting arenas are, and the stadiums and things like that. Most of you know uh, the core businesses of the city run through the downtown. So that's the most congested area. It's small, but it's the most congested area, and all you're doing is making it more congested, getting in the way of people that's trying to move and get out throughout their day. I know this ain't gonna sit well with people. I know that. But I really don't care. It doesn't matter if it sits well with people. You ain't gonna do nothing anyway. What are you gonna do? Protest what I'm saying? You're gonna protest against me? You ain't gonna do nothing else. If it's on TV, you gotta be careful. How do we know that they don't you know, make this stuff up to get you riled up? To see what they can get, to see how they can round people up and see where they stand or whatever, so they can control. It's all about control at the end of the day. Is it really about getting illegal immigrants out of the country? I mean, who and why do people care where anybody lives at? They're not taking up your space. If you have your own personal space in the world or whatever, if you have a home and you got everything you need, what difference does it make if somebody else, lives wherever they want to live? Most people move to a place to better themselves, really. That's the only reason that most people, flee their country, is to uh, probably because they don't really agree with the government of their own country. So they come to America or go from America to another country to find peace or something, or a better life. Not everybody is criminals. I don't think people go to other countries to be criminals. That don't even make sense. So they paint the pictures of these immigrants or whatever, and they say, oh, they're criminals. They're stealing and killing and pedophiles, and they put all this. I don't know. They make all this stuff up, But anyway, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. It's too much hate, too much anger. If society doesn't change and people don't start respecting others, then nothing's going to change. We're going to continue to go through the same stuff over and over. That's just my thoughts. With that being said, guys, all right, I'm out of here. Peace.